Coming up on today's show, we have 2 recipes with a little bit of authentic flair. That's all coming your way next. Hi, I'm Rhonda
And I'm Laverne.
and we have a submitted recipe from your sister Bernie.
Yes.
Bernie Zastapol submitted a chicken enchilada casserole recipe, and we found a recipe for Mexican coleslaw.
Right. Be a
Or
good
say- Good pairing.
Yes, good pairing.
And
yes.
when I say we, Mom did that.
Oh.
If you want to cook along with us today, just grab a piece of paper and a pen, write down these ingredients. For the chicken enchilada casserole, you're going to need 2 cups of shredded chicken, a cup of enchilada sauce, 8 small corn tortillas, a half a cup of sour cream, a cup of shredded cheese, a green onion, and that looks like all the ingredients there.
It is.
Pretty
Not
simple.
much. Mm-hmm.
For the Mexican coleslaw, you're going to need 8 cups of shredded cabbage, a cup of shredded carrot, a 1/4 of a red onion, a half a cup of chopped cilantro, a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, a teaspoon each of ground cumin and kosher salt, and fresh ground pepper.
Yeah, very easy.
All right, where do you want to get started?
Well, we'll want to get our chicken casserole into the oven, the enchilada casserole. And I know we've made chicken enchiladas before. Now this is just a casserole, easy to put together. You're not rolling it up. We're just going to layer it, and it just comes like lasagna. So
All right.
it makes it very easy if anybody.
Perfect.
So we're going to spray this pan. It says to use about a 9 by 9 pan, or however it's going to be. So. And we are going to end up using 8 corn tortillas.
Okay.
And we're going to go ahead and just layer those 4 in there. And of course, they will overlap. And that. And the shredded cooked chicken, you want to make sure that that is cooked. I just took a couple of breasts and cooked them and shredded them very easily. So what we're going to do with the chicken here, we're going to put some of the enchilada sauce in there and just mix that up and put it on top of the tortillas.
Okay.
Now my preference is the green chili sauce, but it's going to be what your preference is. It doesn't say you should use red or green.
Okay.
So just use what your family does like.
Okay.
Like I said. And so we're only going to put about a half a cup in here and just mix that up. And then just because I remembered we layered this in here, I want to put a little enchilada sauce on the bottom before we put the tortillas
sure.
in there. Just about a 1/4 cup, just to put that on the bottom.
I had them arranged so nicely.
They were never be the same again, huh?
No.
So now we're just going to mix this up here. It says 2 cups of shredded chicken. When I did measure and put them in the cup, it was about 2.5 cups, but I wasn't going to not use that
Right.
chicken. So
And you use chicken breast, but, I think you can use whatever chicken you have, too.
right, I would think even your canned chicken would be just fine.
Sure.
Like I said, I had this, and I always have chicken breasts ready to go for, you use them for so many recipes.
Sure.
And it's good, and stuff, so we're just going to do this. Mix that up good. And all we do is put this on top of the corn tortillas. And just spread that out a little bit.
Okay.
Now, the recipe, and it just says a cup of enchilada sauce. Your can is 10 ounces, 8 ounces would be a cup.
Sure.
So you're going to use those extra 2 ounces. You're not going to throw that away.
Yeah.
Because you don't know when you're going to need that again. So then you're going to put that on.
Another layer of tortillas
another layer. And so then the sour cream, what we're going to do is, I'm going to take the sour cream and just put it in here. And I want to, we're going to mix that with the remaining enchilada sauce.
Okay.
And we're going to just pour that on top of that. And then we're going to add
Looks like
our
some
cheese. Yes, and I mean, it is so simple, but it's going to be very good. So
Well, it kind of gives you a little bit of something different to do with chicken, you know,
Right.
instead of always making the same recipes.
Absolutely. So get that mixed well in here. I guess I did take out my whisk to whisk it up, but I guess it looks like this is going to blend very well, just like this.
There you go.
That extra drop make the difference.
Yes. And are we using the full package of cheese, or we're just going to use a cup?
It says about a cup of shredded cheese, but we know how much cheese adds to casserole. I never really worry about.
Don't measure too much.
No. Because even with this, once this is all done and you're serving it, you can top it, which was optional, like some chopped green onion, maybe a little sour cream. You could even add a little bit more cheese or lettuce, anything you want to.
Let's see, lettuce, tomatoes, or...
Yeah. Even when I was looking for a side dish to pair with this, you know, and of course when you're Googling things, I mean, the Mexican coleslaw was one of the top, and then of course your avocados, you know, making, you know, like that. So it's going to be just whatever you like. And we have the oven on at 375. So what we want to do is we want to bake this. It says about 30 minutes or until it's bubbly and, you know, your cheese is getting a little bit browned and that. So we're going to just have to put it in like that. So very, very easy.
Kind of like that.
Yes, for sure. And then I will put the timer on for 30 minutes and then we'll just check that and see where things are going.
Okay.
In the refrigerator, I do have a bowl with my coleslaw and carrots and stuff like that already that I did. And I've just got my chopped red onion and cilantro here. What I did here with this, I did shred some extra carrots, but actually, you know, when you say it says green cabbage, or you can have red cabbage. So if you get a head of red cabbage and green cabbage, you're probably going to have way more than you need. Mm-hmm. I cheated. I bought a bag of shredded cabbage, and you know, with that, it's so simple. And
well,
actually,
why wouldn't you?
Right. And if you're not going to have something that you're going to use the other cabbage with, you're going to waste it, you know, or it just isn't going to be. So we can always make things easier for us, can't we? All right. So, but you know, there wasn't a lot of carrots in there, so I did, you know, shred extra carrots.
Sure.
Because it says 8 cups, and that would be like 16 ounces. That's what the package was.
Sure.
So I have a 1/4 cup of red onion we chopped, and then cilantro.
Well, you know, our motto for Cooking Crave is, you know, cooking made easy. They don't have to always be hard. And so you find something in the store that already has it, why reinvent the wheel?
Yeah, right, you know. And a lot of times, you know, some of those things, well, we know you pay a little extra for, but actually this wasn't for the price of what I would have paid for a red cabbage and a green one. It was definitely more. So I'm going to just have you mix that up.
You know, you can always, you know, make kraut burgers, you know, when you have extra cabbage.
Oh, yes. My family kind of likes those a little bit, don't they? And the recipe is in our cookbook.
It is in our first cookbook, and, you know, just putting it out there, you haven't made those for a while.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Hint, hint. Okay. For the dressing, it says to start out with 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
So I already have that in there. And then 2 tablespoons of olive oil. And I'm going to just fill that. That 2 tablespoons is 1 ounce. I thought it'd be just easier pouring it in there rather than trying to measure. And it's a teaspoon of kosher salt.
Okay.
And, you know, kosher salt is a little bit coarser and everything, but, you know, if you don't happen to have it, you know, just go ahead and use your regular salt. So I'm going to teaspoon there. And then it says a teaspoon of cumin.
Okay.
And if you have, and I didn't have on hand, you could even add some cumin seeds. Sometimes you can buy a little bit of that.
Sure.
But, you know, I always have cumin, but cumin seeds is not usually something I have on hand. So, but something you could add if you wanted to. And that cumin definitely gives that Mexican flair, that taste there and stuff. And it says a little bit of coarse pepper, which, you know, I have there. About a half a teaspoon I'm using there. And it says, you know, pretty much just kind of like to taste.
Sure.
So it's a very easy dressing to make. And with the vinegar and oil like that, you know, it'll keep for a day or so. It's not that you have to use it all in one day. It's still going to be good the next day if you have some left. And just mix that up well.
But this is something you can certainly not put all the dressing on, you know, and split it half and half, and
really
you almost have like a fresh salad, you know,
Absolutely.
the next day instead of, you know, making it all right away
To do it all in one, that would be an excellent idea, especially if you know, like, just for your dad and I, we're not going to use 8 cups of cabbage there. So.
Right.
But anyway.
Country Rose Cafe on East Villard is open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week. Enjoy daily homemade specials, caramel and cinnamon rolls, several different kinds of homemade pies made fresh every day. Country Rose Cafe is also famous for homemade soup, including their ever-popular Nefla served every Tuesday. While you're in, make sure to pick up your Channel 18 Cooking Crave recipes and like us on Facebook for different specials and announcements. Country Rose Cafe, the way a cafe should be, located at 837 East Villard in Dickinson.
The buzzer's going off here, the timer for our enchilada casserole here. So we're going to check that out. You know, I did check it a little bit before, and it looked like that was going to be, yeah, it's bubbly, and let's just look to see. Oh, and it's getting a little brown there on the side, so no, I think that is great. We're going to just set it in this here and bring it over. And then what we're going to do next, we just want to let that set for just a little bit. It's easier to cut. Is now we're going to mix up our coleslaw, Mexican coleslaw.
Okay.
In there. Okay. We'll just give that a good mix there. And as this sets a little bit longer, you're actually, it's going to make a little bit more liquid too.
Sure.
You know, and that, so it's not going to be dry or anything like that.
All right.
So getting that well mixed. And it's, you know, the cilantro and the little extra, and the cumin into the dressing is what's making that Mexican flair with this. Instead of just oil and vinegar coleslaw.
Right.
And whatever. So, okay, I will bring this over here. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut with a bigger spatula there. And see that I can dig that out a little bit easier.
Yeah, just make sure you cut through the corn tortillas.
Yes, and I think we have. Okay. And so our viewers really can see that other than that half-hour baking time, you can have this put together very quickly. Less
Absolutely.
than, you know, definitely an hour or so. I'm going to just take a fork and hold that while I get that out here. So, And you know, one thing we do, we have a good amount of, you know, chicken in here, so it's going to be a good casserole there.
Absolutely. And again, you know, I know we talked about this earlier in the show, but top it with, you know, your favorites. You know, whatever you like. If you want sour cream, you want me to put a little on there?
I would. You know, we have a little sour cream in there with that enchilada sauce, but to me, that sour cream is just a good topping, and the green onions is definitely optional, but that always makes it good. So now we are just going to take some of our Mexican coleslaw out of here.
All right.
Yeah,
scoop on there.
We're gonna.
Our viewers can see the colors of those.
Yes, very much so. So I'm anxious for our viewers to give this a try.
Absolutely.
I think it's going to be one of their favorites, easiest to do.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely. To get these recipes, just go to Consolidated's website, consolidatednd.com. We'd like to thank Bertie Zastapol for submitting the recipe for the enchiladas. I know they're going to be good because, you know, it's Aunt Nettie, or Aunt Bernie.
Yes. And I can even tell on her husband, he says, "Oh, this is good. You can make it again." And
that's
you know
always
what?
a true test.
That is for sure.
Again, to get these recipes, just go to our website, consolidatednd.com. Thank you to our sponsors, and join us again next week when we do it all over again here on Cooking Crave.